One way to have popularity and authority overlap is to use the advanced search. Now, it used to be right next to the search box, but I suppose now it's under the widgets on the top right-hand corner of Google. If you click there, you'll see the advanced search, which not a lot of people know, but I love to use it. Now, one way, so let's compare two searches. Let's say I write, let's do fast food. Let's say I'm interested in fast food, and I want to write a paper about the fast food industry, right? So if I write fast food in Google, I get the Wikipedia entry, I get lists of fast food restaurants in Wikipedia. Okay, maybe I can get a few market leaders there. I get hits around Montreal because Google knows that I'm on Montreal. I get images. I get besthealthmag.ca, which I don't know what it is, canada.com. I don't know. I get a bunch of websites coming up from all over the web, and whether or not they show up on Google is really depending on how popular Google thinks they are. Now let me do this search one more time by going to the advanced search. Let me click on the advanced search, and let me ask Google for results about fast food, but from the Canadian government. So all the websites from the Canadian government and in .gc.ca. And that's just something I know because I've kind of poked around the internet for long enough. But I'm just kind of teaching you right now how that works. So if I say here, search within site or domain, .gc.ca, that's going to tell Google, hey, use your popularity algorithm, but only use it on the subset of the internet that actually deals with government information. And my reasoning is, the government of Canada probably has more authoritative information in general than on average on its website. So if I tell Google, weed out all the rest of the internet and only give me government information, then popularity and authority start overlapping. So that's a nice, neat way to use Google quickly to generate authoritative hits. And if I do that, and I hit search, advanced search, notice how Google translates that search with the cite command, right? That's one way of making sure Google has kind of a command that says only give me .gc.ca results. So what do we get now? Which is a lot different from the previous search. We get information from Statistics Canada from 2006. You know, if I put this in my bibliography on my paper and I use this data, my profs are going to think it's a lot better than whatever I found in the previous search. And right there, it's the first hit, top hits, generating me interesting leads for my paper. Rather than kind of thumbing around popular results, I'm getting authority right away. Price trends. So for the Philippines, I don't know why that came up. Maybe it's it's actually very recent. So recency is probably the variable that popped this website up. Job bank. So getting some jobs in the industry. Telefilm Canada, so maybe this is some kind of documentary that has been worked on. Health Canada, oh, there you go, that's an interesting thing. Images from the Canadian government about health can probably generate some interesting statistics that I could probably use in my paper. Sodium, so salt. Anyways, you're getting the idea here. Already on this list, I'm finding a lot of elements that I can pull in my report from this one Google search. Now here's another example of an advanced search that's kind of cool. Let's ask McDonald's what they have to say about health food, right? That's kind of a nice twist. So if I say mcdonalds.com and I write health, right? The idea here is that instead of using McDonald's interface to get to where they want to route my traffic in terms of accessing their mcdonalds.com website, I asked Google to generate a list of the most popular resources on the mcdonalds.com domain, thinking, twisting the angle of my topic and using health on McDonald's so that I understand what are the popular pages on the McDonald's domain, And again, thinking that authority and popularity are going to overlap, and I could start using interesting sites from this Google search, as opposed to just a general fast food search on Google. So here are some very interesting twists or tweaks that you can do in Google right away, keeping in mind that you're looking for authority and not popularity anymore. So here are some ideas on how to use Google in interesting ways. Now here on the screen, you could see some generic endings, right, for government websites. For example, .gc.ca, we already said, is the federal Canadian government, but you can also look for the province of Quebec, which is gov.qc.ca. US government has .gov. And of course, what you could do is search in Google for China government, British government, German government, whatever, and try to locate pages. The ending of each resource that comes up is usually a very standard ending, and using that in the domain search in Google. So that's a quick tip on finding free information on the web using Google to generate authoritative results as opposed to popular results.